Real estate is always the way to make the most money on your investment. In the stock market, it's not even close to the same returns, right? At least, that's what I was always told growing up. Well, before we start this, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And this is simply my opinion based on my own investment experience, and I am invested in both the stock market and real estate. So, with that out of the way, there are multiple ways to build wealth, but if I had to choose one, then I'm picking stocks almost every single time. And here's why. Real estate, it's an active investment. Either you or someone you hire has to fix things when they break, find tenants, collect rent, deal with vacancies, deal with getting all the trash out that the tenants leave, the turnovers. And as the saying goes, your stocks are never going to call you on Sunday or at 1 a.m. saying that the toilet is overflowing. Now, stocks, on the other hand, they're about as passive as investing gets. You buy them, continue investing and buying more over time, and you let the compound interest do the work. You don't have to answer maintenance calls, coordinate repairs, chase down rent, or any of that sort of stuff. Now, historically, well, I guess with that being said, you would expect real estate being that extra work, that it's going to pay you back better. I guess that's what I would hope, at least. Now, historically, residential real estate has returned roughly 8 to 12% per year, depending on the market, how the return is calculated, and depending on the investor. Meanwhile, the S&P has averaged about 10 to 11% annually over the long term. We're talking over 100 years here. And over the past 15, it's been even higher. Now, there are also ETFs like QQQ, VOOG, which is just the S&P Growth Fund, and SPMO. Now, these are all stocks that I'm personally invested in, and they have produced even higher returns over the past 15 years, most of them about 15 to 20%. Now, that being said, they do have slightly higher risk and volatility. Now, I know people like Dave Ramsey have said that they earn 15% or more on their real estate investment, and that's certainly possible, especially if you have a good real estate investor. And you can absolutely outperform the stock market. But for the average person like me and you, we're not professional stock people. We're not professional real estate agents or real estate investors. And the easier one with a better performance is stock market. Now, that being said, real estate also requires you to have tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know you can get a loan, but you still have to get the down payment to purchase the property. And that's a huge barrier for many people. You also, if you're going the route of a loan, you have to be approved for it. Now, with that being said, stock market, you can buy that with $1. You can put $1 in each day, each month, or you can put $1 million each day. The stock market, there's no barrier to entry. Anyone can buy it. If you're over 18, technically that is. But anyone can buy stocks. Now, I know you can hire a property manager to handle all your tenants, maintenance, and repairs. That also comes at a cost. Every management fee reduces your overall return. Now, people also point to years when real estate values have skyrocketed. And you get people all the time, man, I wish I had bought real estate, wish I was invested in real estate. It's doing so good right now. And we all know people who have done really good with real estate. But that also has happened with stocks. Like I said, the S&P averages over the past 100 years, it's about 10%. But if you look back on the past 15 years, it's closer to 15. No. And that's just the S&P, which is known as a very, very safe stock. There are certainly stocks and ETFs that have made more than 15%. Now, I would encourage all of you to go and get a compound interest calculator online, and that will tell you, put in even 8%, 10%, whatever. Very conservative returns. That'll tell you how much you're going to make back on your stocks. And the stocks are also predictable. Whereas real estate, I guess you can say it's predictable in terms of I'm going to collect this much per month in rent, as long as your water heater doesn't go out, as long as the dishwasher doesn't go out, as long as you don't need a new roof, as long as the tenants pay, as long as the tenants don't move out and you can find a new tenant. You get what I'm getting at here. That's not how things go with stocks. Stock market, just buy it and forget it. Now, of course, it's just my opinion and my experiences. I know plenty of successful investors in real estate, and I know people that do well in stocks, and I think most people should honestly probably do both, just so you have the diversity. Now, if you enjoy managing properties, and you enjoy the real estate market and transactions and all that, maybe real estate is more worth it for you. But I still think you should have a little bit more stocks. Not a little bit more stocks, but you should be invested in stocks as well. But if you're just the average Joe, your goal is to build wealth with as little hassle as possible, I believe the stock market is probably the best choice. Now, with that being said, let me know your guys' experiences with both. And also, have you guys had any other investments that you think outperform either? Or even just that are better to diversify your portfolio? That all being said, let me know what you guys have had success with in the comments down below.